Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Trend. I'm Brynn Krug, the lifestyle editor.
And I'm Sarah Rose, the managing editor. And welcome back to The Trend, a Northern Star pop culture podcast.
So on The Trend, we talk about a few pop culture trending things.
Yes, ma'am.
And then at the end, we rank them from worst to best and say whether we think they're in or out.
Let's get into it.
So to start off this episode, we actually have a product, and that is
my goodness.
Lunchly.
Lunchly.
Which we all know and love Lunchables, right?
Yes.
It was kind of a childhood staple. Quick and easy, pre-packaged little lunch thing that
not
has
the healthiest.
Yeah, definitely not the healthiest.
Really fun.
Definitely not the highest quality either.
No.
But like whenever you got Lunchables as a kid, like I felt like it was like a special treat.
It was a special
I was like,
treat.
oh my God, I get to bring this to lunch today. It was
I know.
so fun.
And especially my mom, she didn't like buying them because they were unhealthy. But every time I did get them, I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Well, there's a new Lunchable in town, and that's Lunchly. Obviously, very similar in name.
Yes.
But the brand was created by Mr. Beast, KSI, and Logan Paul.
The collaboration
who are all
never
like
asked for.
Who are all YouTubers.
Yeah.
And Logan Paul made Prime energy drink.
Mm-hmm.
Which like I feel like the fan base for Prime is like middle school boys
Who
like
still watch him.
Yeah, I feel like the only person that I've seen like drink Prime is like my little brother. Like
Yeah.
I don't really see anyone our age drinking and enjoying Prime.
I don't either.
And then Mr. Beast created, he also has a brand called Feastables,
Yes.
which makes chocolate bars. Yeah, and then Mr. Beast, for those who don't know, is also like, he's famous for doing like challenge content. Like weird, I wanna read some of his.
He donates a bunch of he's like, he helps people in need. That's like what his content besides the challenges is. And like people love him because he gives a lot. He occasionally does like Tesla giveaways.
Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna read a couple of his headlines so you can get the gist. Although he has, how many subscribers do you think he has?
Oh my God. 20 million?
No.
100 million?
No.
More or less?
319 million.
Wow.
That's a lot of people.
That doesn't shock me, but yeah.
His recent videos are 100 identical twins fight for $250,000.
Oh,
and then
yes.
Men versus women survive the wilderness for $500,000. 7 days stranded in a cave. Survive 100 days in a nuclear bunker. Win $500,000. So it's like a bunch of like challenges for money.
Yeah, I remember he's the one who did the Squid Games.
Yeah,
I remember that blew
was
up.
Controversial too.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, because
that was like years ago.
Well, I think he did like a new like show, like a Squid Game show, and people were saying that like the conditions of it like weren't great, and that like people were getting like injured, and then like they were wanting them to like sign things, basically saying they weren't going to talk about their experience. So it was kind of, he was under fire for that.
Yeah, like based off of the headlines you just told us, I can imagine how many things like those people have to sign.
Yeah.
Who sign up for it. But I do not want to do a Mr. Beast challenge.
No.
Crazy.
That's why it'll be like, he's done multiple videos where he like gets buried underground because that's like one of his biggest fears.
What?
Like, I don't know what kind of person and what kind of headspace you have to be in to do that. Like, that's insane.
Absolutely not.
But anyway, this brand that they've created, Lunchly, is just essentially Lunchables, but their version of it.
And it's a new thing, right? Because I haven't seen it in store yet.
Yeah, it's new. I'm pretty sure, like, you can buy it now in stores. And I was trying to look up prices, and I saw some, like, conflicting things. But I think it's, like, slightly more than a Lunchable, but nothing too crazy. But they have the pizza, Fiesta nachos, and turkey stack'ems. But here's the thing. I'm, like, it's not like it's like Lunchables where it's a packaged lunch. It's literally just Lunchables.
It is.
The foods they do are like the 3 main Lunchables food. Like, they didn't mix it up at all.
Yeah. They should have gotten more creative with it. And, of course, you have Prime as a drink. And then the Feastables as your dessert.
Yeah, I'd say... Oh, I was just going to say...
The Prime?
Yeah, it has like that main dish, which is just copied from Lunchable.
Yeah,
and then each one comes with a Feastables chocolate and a Prime drink. So it's like, usually they would do, in like a Lunchable, they would do like a Crunch Bar or something.
Yeah.
And then like a Capri Sun.
Yeah.
So like, it is slightly different. And
you were talking about this earlier. Prime has been out for a while, but that's an energy drink.
Yeah, except I looked on the website. If you look at the details, it says it's like caffeine free. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't have caffeine in it, but it's supposed to have B vitamins and 400 milligrams of electrolytes.
Yeah, it says hydration drink.
But it is also like the one that's included is smaller than the actual Prime.
Yes.
And I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know a ton about nutrition or anything, but I did see a TikTok of a woman discussing how, like, Prime includes, like, a lot of, like, vitamins in it, which is good, but the amount is, like, way more than, like, a kid needs as their daily intake.
Yeah.
And it's, like, these Lunchlies are obviously, like, marketed towards children.
Yeah.
And, like, the fan base is going to be kids,
using
bringing this to school. So it's like Prime, like, isn't, well, it seems good that it's vitamins. It's like too much vitamins. So it is not the healthiest for these kids.
Oh my God. I can already picture, like, if I was in middle school now, me bringing a Lunchly, I would be the hot topic of, like, my entire cafeteria table.
Yeah. I could be wrong, but I feel like they're going to do well. Because, like, when Prime came out,
my gosh,
I feel like everyone was like, oh, like, who's going to care about Prime? And, like, it was kind of a joke. But it's still in stores. People are still buying them. Like,
I've seen Prime trucks on the road.
Yeah. But, like, for me, it seems like, oh, who's out there, like, buying Lunchly? Because it's like, we are college students. I don't really picture... Well, the people on campus, they have meal plans. They're not going to buy a Lunchly. But it's like, even I cook my own food, but I don't see me or any of my friends, like, purchasing this.
No.
So it seems like, oh, where's the market? But there is a market. And it's like, it's not us, but it's the little kids who watch Logan Paul and KSI and Mr. Beast.
Because, those three people are, like, not relevant at all. Like, especially to our generation. But middle schoolers and elementary school kids are going to eat this up. Yeah. And this is why it's going to do well. And it's interesting. I'm looking at the box. Like, it's appealing. But one of the things that's highlighted on the box at the top in bold, and I don't know if you're looking at the picture, is 12 grams of protein. And then next to it, it says real, in all caps, cheese. And that's on the pizza. Oh, this is for the pizza, yeah. And that makes me remember a TikTok I saw on how they're, like, marketing, like, the real cheese being a good thing, but apparently it has downsides because Lunchables, when they use cheese on their pizza, their nachos, and their ham and cheese crackers, they put a bunch of preservatives in the cheese, which makes them last longer, and it makes them not mold. So, that's the only TikTok, that's how I know about Lunchly, is because of that one TikTok I saw, like, 2 days ago. And so I wonder if there's things going to come out where people are going to complain about the cheese. Because the person in the TikTok I saw was not complaining, but kind of, like, being like, they didn't really do a good job with this.
Yeah. I think, it's almost like they're marketing as, like, an elevated version of Lunchables. Yeah. But it's like, it's still probably processed. It still is not the most nutritious thing that you could feed your body. Like, right. If you think about, like, the nachos, well, I mean, I guess this is the same for the Lunchables, but it's like just a few nachos is not, like, that doesn't seem like enough to sustain people. Like, if you look at, like the food chart of like the different what are they called, like the 5 categories?
Yes.
Like,
I remember that being
yeah, I mean, I guess they have protein, but
yeah, they market the protein.
Yeah, but it's like still it's like only like I think the nachos is 9 grams like per package, so it's like for the whole meal.
Yeah.
And then the pizza's 12, turkey's 11. So it's like that's decent, but still it seems like not a lot. But yeah, so it's like we already have Lunchables, but I definitely think this is going to continue like having a market, but right now it's mainly just a meme. Like people are like, "Oh, Lunchly."
Dude, I want to see one in store so bad. Loki,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go to Target this weekend, so I'm going to look for it there.
Yeah, you'll have to give a review.
Oh my God, I'm going to feel so disgusting cuz I'm looking at them. I don't know about you, but I can still like taste what the ham tastes like. It's like slippery or rubbery. But as a kid, I ate that up. But it was such a treat because it was just so bad for you.
Yeah. But I feel like it's going to do well, but we'll have to see.
Oh, yeah, in the kid market, for sure. Like, it's the hot topic right now.
But with other new releases, but this one is a little more relevant to us.
Yes.
We have the announcement for Princess Diaries 3.
We are back. I am so excited about this. This was announced 2-3 days ago. Of course, I saw it on TikTok. This is huge. The first one, there's 2 out right now. First one was released in 2001, I believe. And this, don't quote me on this, I think this role that Anne Hathaway is in, she plays the main character, Mia, who goes from, like, it's the classic, like, high schooler, like, poor girl who finds out one day that she's actually a princess and has a grandma who is played by Julie Andrews, who we all know and love, who's still kicking it to this day. Who she has this grandma who is the queen of this made-up country that the writers made up called Genoa. Genoa or Genova?
Genovia, isn't
Genovia, oh my God. I feel bad for mispronouncing it. I love Princess Diaries. Genovia. And she gets, like, transformed. She gets a love interest. And so it was the classic Disney movie, though. I was obsessed with Princess Diaries. And this was my introduction to Anne Hathaway. I think this is Anne Hathaway's breakout role, but don't quote me on that. And oh my God, 20 years later, we are back. But the second movie, because the first did so well, the second movie came out, and that one starred the lovely Chris Pine as Mia's new love interest. His name was like Nicholas something. And so everyone is so excited for Anne Hathaway and Julie Andrews and Chris Pine to reunite. And I'm pretty sure it's the same director.
It's not. I just looked it up. The person who directed the first 2, his name's Gary Marshall. He also directed Pretty Woman.
Okay.
He was interested in making the Princess Diaries 3, but he passed away because he was pretty old. He was 81. It's not going to be him directing it, but I think like the cast isn't confirmed or anything, but a lot of the cast members have previously said, like before this announcement, that they are open to returning and reprising their roles. And then Anne Hathaway like posted a TikTok about Princess Diaries 3, so she's 1,000% in it.
Oh my God, I know. Like, and to this day, like all the main actors have never said anything bad about the films. Like they always said how a good experience it was. Last year, Anne Hathaway said that, you know, she hinted at it, which now, like thinking back to it, this is like in a interview for a magazine she did. She hinted at it, and it makes me think that, like, oh, she definitely knew it was going to become a thing. I don't know what the process, like, how far along they are. I don't know if they've written the entire script, if they haven't, they're just now, like, about to open casting for it. But I am so excited. I saw a tweet that was really funny yesterday where somebody responded to the Princess Diaries 3 announcement and said, like, Chris Pine, please do not have any scheduling conflicts. My life depends on it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. You've seen Princess Diaries?
Yeah, I have. I watched, the first two when I was younger. I wasn't, like, obsessed with them, but I did. Like, I think I've only seen them, like, once each. But I did really like them. And I feel like they're such an iconic movie. And whenever people are, like, referencing, like, early 2000s, like, rom-com movies or just movies of that era, they always reference this. And, like, that's one of, like, the most iconic, like, makeover scenes.
Yeah. It's so funny because that makeover scene of Mia, all they did was straighten her hair and give her contacts. And that's it. It wasn't anything special.
It says filming's, like, expected to begin in 2025. So we still have some
2-3 years.
ways. But how do you think... Well, 2025 is next year. But, but then...
That's true.
I know. I was like, I read 2025, and I was like, what? And it's like, oh, wait, it's 2024 right now. But how do you think that this one is going to compare to the other ones?
Dude, well, obviously, Mia and Nicholas, Chris Pine's character, they were both in high school in the first two movies. And I don't know how Anne Hathaway and Chris Pine, I think, were in their early 20s when they filmed it. They're old. So I expect Mia to be ruling Genovia and maybe fixing, like, some sort of conflict that comes up or a war.
I know Julie Andrews, like, they don't know if she's returning. So while
they're going to kill her off.
I'm
guessing that.
If she doesn't return, I feel like they would kind of kill her off. But that could be a good place to start the movie. Like, it begins,
shock you.
like, I was just going to say, like, she's just passed. So now it's time for her to, like, become queen.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened in the end of the second one? Was she coronated?
Dude, I don't know. I was going to say I've rewatched the first one a crap ton of times, but I've only seen the second one once. And so I don't remember anything from the second one besides Chris Pine.
Oh, no. In the end, Mia becomes queen.
Oh, okay.
So she's already...
So this could be, like, 20 years later what's going on.
Yeah, because I was thinking it was going to start with, like, her becoming queen. But I forgot she already, like, became queen.
Yeah.
It would be funny if it's, like a serious, like, movie about political conflict. Like, it's like
they could
her like being serious and being like, should we go to war? Like,
I know. Well, because it's also interesting because both the Princess Diaries movies were geared towards kids. Like, they're rated G. I kind of hope they, like, buff this one up a little bit because if it's, like, really corny and still has the feels of the first two, I kind of don't want to watch it. And I think it's fair if they do buff it up just because the actors are all so much older.
Yeah, I feel like they won't, though. I feel like they're going to keep it a kid's movie.
I'll still watch it. I'll just be a little upset. Yeah. I just hope they can get some maturity.
I don't know. I feel like this could be really good, especially if a lot of the cast is returning. And, like, I do think it's going to be interesting, like, seeing her as queen. But, like, I feel like it's really, really open-ended. And also, like, whenever they do, like, revival things, like, it always has a chance of majorly flopping.
Oh, my God, I know.
I mean, Anne Hathaway, she's nice to see on screen. I feel like she's going to still, like, embody the role well, which will help a lot.
She's aged like fine wine. How old is she? 41? 41 where? She looks 32. No, she doesn't. But she's gorgeous. She is going to embody this role. She is going to be the queen we've all missed. Although I wonder, they might not do like a 20-year time jump. I wonder if they just do like a 5-year time jump or a 10-year time jump.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see.
Ooh, they could kill off her mother. That would be interesting.
What do you mean?
Like, Mia's mother dies.
Oh.
And she has to deal with grief or something.
Yeah. I feel like when I was saying, like, if they were to kill off Julie Andrews' character, it would be so that she would have to step up as queen. But, like, we literally Googled it. She already is queen. So, yeah, I feel like that. And then that would just make it sad. So, yeah, I don't know. Unless, yeah, I have no clue where they're going to take the movie. But I'm excited to see. And I'll definitely give it a watch.
Oh, for sure. It'll, like, I barely go to the theaters nowadays. So this will give me an excuse to go. And also, you know how when the film is, like, kind of, like, come along, they release, like, a really brief synopsis of what the film's going to be about. I'm excited for when that comes out. Because it's always, like, the third movie will be about da-da-da-da.
All right. And our last topic is just a little meme that's been going around. And
little meme.
It's a Beyoncé meme. So.
Thank you, Beyoncé.
Thank you, Beyoncé. Yeah. How this all started was with, like, the Diddy allegations and that stuff coming to light, which we talked about on the last episode.
Yes, we did.
Go tune in if you haven't already. There was speculation that, like, Beyoncé could be involved, not because of, like, evidence, but just because more people were commenting on the fact that she has held her and Jay-Z have both held large positions of power within the music industry.
Yeah.
So this joke kind of, like, came off of that power, and, like, apparently in a lot of like, acceptance speeches for, like, people's awards, they always, like, thank Beyonce and be like, thank you, Beyonce.
We gotta come back to that.
So the joke is that, like, everyone is, like, thanking Beyonce. There's a TikTok right here that's like, when I'm about to submit my essay, but I forget the most important part. And then they're, like, adding, like, Beyonce to, like, the works cited. So it's just funny. Like, oh, make sure you always thank Beyonce because it's, like, she's all-powerful.
She is all-powerful. That's so funny. I kind of knew that it came from the whole Diddy situation. Here's one about when I'm trying to find the right song, and I accidentally skipped past a Beyonce song, and the guy, like, faints on the floor.
Yeah, so it's just, like, I had to, like, look up, like, this meme because I just saw, like, Beyonce stuff, and I was like, what did she do? Like, I assumed that she, like, had a moment. But it was literally, like, she hasn't done anything recently. It was, like, this is
That's
just
so
people
funny.
made this up where it was, like, yeah, it's just basically, like, oh, if you don't do this, she's gonna get you.
Oh, my God. If you guys don't know already, I hate JoJo Siwa. Brynn hates JoJo Siwa. I cannot stand that woman. But apparently at the Industry Dance Awards, JoJo was presenting an award. This was like 2 days ago. And she thanked Beyonce in her speech, and everyone was mad about it, mostly because they hated her, because she, like, ruined the joke. And that was, like, one of the only things I saw. And I was like, anyway, dude, anytime I get to hate on JoJo, I'll hate on her, even if I don't understand it.
Did you see what podcast JoJo C was on?
Oh, my God, don't get me started. Of course, she got on the Talk to A.
Yeah.
It's anyone who's not relevant.
We were talking about the Talk to A podcast and, like, what special guests are they going to have? Well, podcast is still going strong. Let's give a little update on that, actually.
Dude,
I'm going to look up.
Also, I found out what car she has, JoJo Siwa.
Oh, my God. Yeah, she has a custom car that, like, looks like her.
Yes, but also she has the Tesla Cybertruck. Those ugly, like, ones that I hate. I cannot stand the Tesla Cybertrucks. Like, I could honestly go on and talk about how much I hate them.
Okay, now on podcast, like, charts on Spotify, Talk to is at 12.
Yes!
So it's still up there, but it is
Let's
going
go!
down. Like we predicted, it's relevance.
It's not in the top 10.
Now that everyone's talking about Lunchly and Beyonce. When is Beyonce going to be on Talk to Her? Just kidding.
Oh,
yeah, but I just think
goodness.
it's kind of funny because it's like this meme just started so randomly. And it's like,
yeah.
It's not even based on like an event. But,
no.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. Twitter's so funny with it too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's one, I did see this, where this girl on Twitter jokingly thanked Ryanair for placing her in a seat with 2 windows. And Ryanair responded. They're a European, airline.
Yeah.
And they said, we want to thank Beyonce.
Yeah, everyone's in on the joke. But are you ready to get into the ranking?
I am ready.
Okay. I'm going to say last is Lunchly.
Lunchly.
I'm going to say that's out.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, second, Beyonce meme. Is it in? I mean, it's still funny for now.
It's funny. I kind of want to use it randomly myself.
It's going to be out in like 2 days, though.
Yeah, it's a trend that's probably going to
it's like there's only so much you can do with that joke. And then in the number 1 spot, we have Princess Diaries 3, which is totally in.
Y'all need
I
to
think
hurry up.
It'll be fun. Like, we'll have to like wait until we actually know more, but it should be good.
I'm so excited for that movie because any excuse to see Anne Hathaway.
Mm-hmm.
She's a great actress.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Beyonce.